This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Protests are continuing in Minneapolis 3 days after George Floyd, a black man, died while in police custody.
Within the last hour, the Minnesota governor has activated the National Guard to respond to violence in Minneapolis. Right now, the FBI is giving a news conference on the situation in Minneapolis. Fires continue to burn throughout the city today. The mayor called for peace while acknowledging the reasons behind the unrest. The violence was sparked by Monday's death of George Floyd, seen on video with a police officer's knee on his neck for several minutes while he struggled to breathe.
What we've seen over the last 2 days is the result of so much built-up anger and sadness.
We feel as if there was a knee on all of our collective necks. A knee that says black life does not matter.
4 officers involved in the incident have been fired. Federal authorities are conducting a criminal investigation into Floyd's death. The FBI, as we said, is giving an update on the death of Floyd, and we will have a live update on our website.
And today, our local law enforcement agencies were part of a town hall meeting hosted by Madison 365 to respond to what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd.
They not only responded to what they saw on the video, they also made themselves available to answer questions from the community. Our Jamie Perez shares some of the highlights from today's town hall. Jamie?
They all seem to agree that what happened in that video was angering and unacceptable, and close to about 1,000 people were commenting and tuning in the entire hour and a half that that town hall was playing. It was a very passionate and at times even intense conversation as law enforcement was forced to step up and face the public.
This was a clear abuse of authority and showed a lack of respect for Mr. Floyd's life and has traumatized many in our community.
What happened in this video has struck a nerve, and so many people are tired of seeing this happen.
This man committed murder. Period.
Our own black community leaders were part of a virtual town hall to talk with our local police chiefs about their thoughts on what happened and to address questions from the public.
White people started racism and white people need to end it.
Pastor Marcus Allen said this to the all-white panel of police chiefs, which they addressed by saying they're working on hiring a more diverse and representative staff. As the questions poured in from the public, many of the chiefs talked about their policies in place and how they deal with racial inequalities in our community. But when a black Dane County mother joined the call, she said she's tired of hearing the same answers.
Sounds like more of the same. They protect themselves around the practices and policies that they have in place. And that is not going to continue to work in our society. It doesn't look like the policies and the procedures that you put in place 50 years ago.
Jacqueline Hunt said she worries endlessly about her own kids when she sees things like this happen. And many black people in our communities feel that this could have been them.
And as I hear the things that come out, I'm not sure that they have the ability to hear through my ears as a black mother.
Hunt said she and many others are fed up with these policies that don't seem to push us forward toward a better or more equal world.
At that moment, where's the heart that heard that man say, "I can't breathe"? Mama, mama. Who in the hell wouldn't respond to that? What's going on in a heart?
Toward the end of the call, UW Police Chief Kristen Roman publicly acknowledged something that surprised some on the call to hear formally said out loud.
The systems of institutionalized racism exist, and we are, within many of those.
Although this town hall by no means solves the bigger issue at hand, many agreed that this was at least the first step in the right direction.
There were still many questions that were left unanswered. They did not have time to get to them. So Madison 365, the moderator, said that he would email those questions to the police chiefs, and then they would later publish the rest of their answers later online.
Jamie, thank you.
The Waunakee Police Department is investigating a report of multiple subjects yelling racial slurs out of a vehicle. According to a Facebook post, the video has been circulating on social media in the area. The post says, in no way does Waunakee Police Department condone the acts in the video. Law enforcement officials said they are working to locate and interview all of the parties involved.
Police have arrested a man in connection with the killing of an 81-year-old man over Memorial Day weekend. 38-year-old Sineet Kiyokano was arrested after being discharged from a hospital yesterday. Police say he was taken to the hospital for a medical condition after law enforcement officials identified him as a suspect. He lived in the same apartment building as the victim, 81-year-old Nangying Lee. Lee was injured inside his apartment in the 1800 block of Northport Drive Friday night and later died from blunt force trauma. He could face a charge of first-degree intentional homicide.
A Janesville home is considered a total loss after a fire this morning. Firefighters responded to a home heavily engulfed in fire. This was in the 200 block of South Franklin this morning. Officials say the majority of the fire was out in 20 minutes, but the house is a total loss. Damages estimated at about $150,000. A vehicle near the fire and a neighboring home were also damaged. No one was injured. The cause of that fire remains under investigation.
It's been a very rainy afternoon today. Let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, Susan, most of the rain is starting to end, and it looks like we'll see dry conditions beginning tomorrow, lasting through the weekend. A visible cloud track, you can see plenty of clouds across southern Wisconsin, but notice that drying to the west across Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin, where the clouds are starting to erode away. And you can see the back edge of the rain now approaching the western portion of Dane County. Still some showers and light rain through much of southern Wisconsin. The heavier rain is down in northern Illinois, but pretty much west of Lone Rock, the rain has come to an end. Rainfall amounts generally have been in the 1-inch plus range west and north of Madison, about a ½ to an inch in eastern Dane County, lesser amounts to the east, but it's still raining there. Temperatures right now are in the 60s, where the skies have started to clear out toward La Crosse. Temperatures have jumped back into the 70s, but there's another cold front coming in from the north and west. And you can see the dew point temperatures also dropping into the 40s over west central Wisconsin. That means we'll cool down at night as well. So look for the rain to come to an end this evening. Skies will clear out overnight. Temperatures will be down in the lower 50s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a partly sunny, breezy, cool, and less humid day with high temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll stay at those levels through the weekend, but warm weather's on the way for next week. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
Okay, Gary, thanks. Health officials have confirmed 630 new cases of COVID-19 in Wisconsin, 11 more deaths. The state's total number of confirmed cases now 17,252. Of that total, roughly 61% of all positive cases have fully recovered. Health officials say 553 people have died in Wisconsin due to complications from the virus. And the positive percentage of new tests have also dropped a percentage point to 4.8%. Health officials say they tested over 10,000 people since yesterday afternoon.
It took 16 weeks for the number of Americans killed in the pandemic to reach 100,000. And experts agree the real number is likely higher because many people who have died were never tested for COVID-19. Another 2.1 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week. More than 40 million Americans have filed for first-time unemployment benefits since the U.S. economy shut down for the pandemic. Altogether, that means nearly 1 in 4 Americans have filed for unemployment since March. The hospitality industry accounted for the bulk of jobs lost in April. That's according to the Department of Labor.
As we continue to see the policies of Safer at Home rolled back, the city of Madison announced a new program that would temporarily expand outdoor seating at some restaurants.
Our Gabriella Becerra joins us live downtown to explain how this program will affect those who dine out. Gabby?
Well, soon customers could be eating on sidewalks, in parking lots, or even on the street as part of an emergency order from the mayor's office that would allow restaurants to temporarily expand their outdoor eating areas. The Streetery Restaurant Relief Program would allow restaurants to expand their capacity while still serving customers safely. Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says the program will give the smaller spaces more room to follow social distancing guidelines.
Because we're doing fairly well here in Madison and Dane County, we are starting to slowly reopen things, and this is just another way to do that is a little bit safer. I also think that, we're all going to feel a little bit more comfortable being outside for the time being, and so this is a great option.
Rhodes-Conway says the program is not an invitation to have larger crowds, but to support businesses in a safe way. The application is now open and the fees have been waived. This is a temporary program, so it'll expire on October 25th, or when public health decides it's okay for restaurants to return to normal operations, whichever of those dates comes first.
Gabriella, thank you. The city of Madison has also designated several streets that will be considered cafe zones, which would close select selected portions of the street and require vehicle detours for the duration of the program. The streets you see there on your screen are the ones that are under consideration, but not all of them will be chosen.
Healthcare clinics across Wisconsin are receiving a financial boost. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services announced $10 million in funding through the Federal CARES Act. That money will reimburse clinics for expenses stemming from COVID-19. Rural health clinics, tribal health clinics, community health centers, and free and low-cost clinics are eligible for that funding. Candidates running for office this summer and fall have until Monday to get their nomination papers into the Elections Commission.
But getting everything necessary to be approved for the ballot is especially difficult this year. Amy Reed spoke with candidates about this today and joins us now to share how this has been for them. Amy?
Well, like you said, it's been difficult, whether they've run for office before or not. They're all running into similar issues with this virus. I spoke to some of the people running for an open Senate seat in Monona to see what it's been like. There was a time rain was the biggest inconvenience for door-to-door campaigning. This year, it doesn't really make a difference.
COVID has really thrown a wrench in campaigning.
For those that don't recognize her, Melissa Sargent is in the state assembly now. She's running to move to the Senate. That experience means she's campaigned before, but the playbook is different.
Being able to go to a library or a coffee shop or a tavern and invite people to come and be able to have a conversation with a couple of people around the table. And that's not safe right now. And frankly, we have to reinvent what campaigning looks like.
How do you think this campaign would have gone if the pandemic never happened?
Oh, my goodness. All of the stuff I had to cancel. I had so many places to be.
Andrew McKinney is running for the same seat. He, like others in the race, had to move to digital campaigning to talk with voters instead. For signatures, he held events people could drive through.
Of course, we use hand sanitizers and wipes and everything, and it turned out to be successful.
All three of the hopefuls for this Senate seat say they've gotten the required number of signatures, but they tell me the circumstances didn't make it easy.
You know, I just hit my goal this week of collecting nomination signatures. I wanted to be done with that process long ago.
Scott Barker started with his family and built connections from there. That and his website were his keys to success in this round. But for him and others who will have to continue campaigning with the virus looming, the challenges are far from over.
We want to be respectful of everyone's comfort level with this pandemic. That is huge for me.
Once the Elections Commission verifies all the paperwork after the deadline on Monday, candidates will have to campaign all summer. The primary for open legislative seats is in August.
Amy, thank you.
Another summer event in Wisconsin has been canceled because of COVID-19. We won't see the Wisconsin State Fair again until 2021. The event has been going on now for 169 years. It draws about 1 million people a year during its 11-day span. For those who've already purchased tickets, they will be valid for the 2021 State Fair, but refunds are also available through June 30th. Concert tickets purchased with credit cards will automatically be refunded. The State Fair was scheduled to take place August 5th through the 15th. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, it's allergy season. A UW Health doctor tells us the difference in symptoms between your allergies and COVID-19. And ahead at 6, a local bakery is doing something good. A look at their delivery of hundreds of pastries to UW Hospital. That's at 6. And on Wall Street today, red numbers. The Dow falling 148 points. The NASDAQ gives back 43, while the S&P 500 loses a half dozen. We'll be right back.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I've spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
A new report finds Wisconsin saw the biggest single-day increase in deaths 2 weeks after the Supreme Court struck down Safer at Home. And learn about a new plan that would allow Madison businesses to expand their outdoor dining spaces at 6.
Southern Wisconsin is a vibrant, diverse community with great stories to tell. And I'm excited to be bringing them to you during my favorite time of day, morning.
Join Chris Stanford and the rest of the News 3 Now This Morning team. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Summer is quickly approaching and pollen counts keep getting higher. It's a tough time for allergy sufferers. Doctors at UW Health say some allergy symptoms are similar to COVID-19 symptoms, and that can be concerning. Most allergy symptoms include sneezing, itchy nose, and congestion, but there is a major difference between allergy and COVID-19 symptoms that you should look out for.
The symptoms of COVID-19 are very different. There's a long list of potential symptoms, including fever and muscle aches. And those are two symptoms that you don't see with allergy.
Dr. Ma says roughly 15 to 25% of the population is affected by seasonal allergies, and they're more common in children and young adults.
The Madison Public Library is offering curbside pickup and drop-off, and its staff's making sure people are staying safe while doing so. The Digital Services and Marketing Manager at Madison Public Library says they let each book and product that is returned to the library sit for 3 days before they put it back to where it belongs.
We check out over 3 million items every year, usually about 3.5 million. And we know that we have extended due dates to over 120,000 items that are currently checked out to customers throughout Madison and beyond. So the ability to wipe down every surface without damaging the surface and, frankly, without exposing staff to touching those surfaces, the best practice we've come up with is to just let the material sit for 72 hours.
If you'd like to pick up library materials curbside, you can head to madisonpubliclibrary.org. The curbside hours are from Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., noon until 5 Saturday. Let's get a look at your first warn weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti and your forecast. Gary?
Well, it rained quite a bit for this morning into early this afternoon. A lot of the radar rainfall estimates show about 1 inch to maybe as much as 2 inches of rain from west of Madison through areas north of Madison. East of Madison, this darker blue here, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain. The lesser amounts have been out eastward toward Milwaukee, but even there, the rain is starting, is continuing, so it will continue adding up, and this graphic will update automatically as the rain continues to push into southeastern Wisconsin. Right now, still pretty steady rain across Dane County, but notice the back edge of the rain now approaching Lone Rock and Platteville, and to the west, no rain at all showing up. So most of the rain will be this evening, and then after that, we're just looking for conditions to improve. Over the last 48 hours, take a look at where the temperatures and dew points have been. Temperatures have been in the 70s and 80s for the most part. Even the previous night, temperature didn't even get below 70. Last night, it was down around 70. But notice the dew point temperature, mid to upper 60s, pretty sultry out there. Take a look at the next 48 hours. Temperatures not even getting up to 70, and the dew point temperatures dropping from the 60s into the 40s. Mother Nature provides the air conditioning and a relief from the humidity, but summer will be back pretty quickly next week. So high temperatures in the 60s beginning tomorrow and lasting through Sunday. Look for dry weather through the weekend, so that'll be nice for areas that did get quite a bit of rain today. But warm weather returns next week. High temperatures are back in the 80s by Tuesday and will be there for much of next week. On Weather Track, you can see rain right ahead and just behind a cold front pushing through our part of the Midwest. The upper level winds become a little more northwesterly. That's going to allow us that taste of cool weather for a couple of days. But out to the west, notice the jet stream already starting to push northward. That's a sign that warm weather is starting to build in the western part of the country, and that will shift eastward with time. As we zoom into the Midwest, you can see the cold front now pushing into southeastern Wisconsin, but a second cold front is back to the north and west. So this area in between where the skies have cleared out, temperatures have actually warmed back up once the rain ends. So where it's cloudy and rainy, temperatures are mainly in the 60s. Then you've got the 70s where the air is cleared out, but behind that second front, those temperatures drop into the 50s and 60s. And east of the first cold front, you can see 80s as nearby as Chicago. Now, as we check out our forecast for tomorrow, look for skies to be partly sunny. It'll be breezy, cool, also less humid. High temperature topping out at 67 degrees. As we check out the 7 to 10 day forecast, highs will remain in the 60s for the weekend with nighttime low temperatures in the 40s. But as we head into next week, those temperatures warm up into the 70s on Monday with some showers and thunderstorms along a warm front. And then you can see we're back into the 80s, maybe upper 70s on Thursday. It'll be a weak cold front coming through Wednesday night. That'll just drop the humidity a bit, but that comes back even stronger toward next weekend. There are signs that high temperatures on Saturday and Sunday might actually have to be pushed upwards if the latest computer model forecasts are correct. As we take a look at News 3 first warn traffic, right now there's the view of the Beltline at Park Street. Traffic moving pretty steadily in both directions, but the roads are wet, so there could be a few slippery spots. We did have a report of a stalled vehicle on the Beltline near Stoughton Road, also a vehicle stall on the ramp from I-3990 southbound into I-94 eastbound toward Milwaukee. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty much the posted speed limits, about a 15-minute commute in either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes down to Janesville from the Beltline southward on I-3990, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 16 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue, US 151. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
The way you get through hard times is to hold strong to your values. At Group Health Cooperative, our common values have sustained us for over 4 decades. Now is no different. We are here in our clinics, but we want you to be safer at home. That's why GHC has more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
All right,
I brought in Ensure Max Protein to give you the protein you need with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein. Now available in 12 count. Stock up today.
Ashley Home Store's giant memorial sale is through Monday. Shop our best mattress deals of the summer 24/7 online or by appointment in store now. Save up to 60% off top brands and mattress doorbusters in stock now. Plus free delivery and up to 72 months interest free. Ashley Home Store.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Right now at Wild East Town Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $299. That's $299 with 0 down, 0 first payment, and 0 due at start at Wild East Town Honda in Madison.
President Trump has signed an executive order to curtail Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act.
That act, which shields social media companies from lawsuits over what their users post. The president's dispute with Twitter escalated this week after the social media giant flagged one of his tweets for the first time for potentially misleading information about mail-in ballots. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted, "We'll continue to point out incorrect or disputed information about elections globally." George Washington University professor Lori Brainerd says the order could trigger legal challenges from Congress or the social media companies themselves.
The courts traditionally have upheld these social media companies' freedom in this area.
2 Republican lawmakers tweeted that they are working on legislation to potentially change the Communications Decency Act.
Stay with us. We'll have more news and a final check of your forecast in just a moment.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Memorial Week sale going on now. Get top name brands for every room in your house at guaranteed lowest prices with Lazy Boy recliners from $399 and always free delivery. Come join us at Portage Furniture for a Memorial Week sale.
Engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event with employee pricing at $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
Steinhoffels has been the name you trust for over 85 years. Right now, all living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture is on sale. Get 40 to 70% off on the largest selection of furniture, plus free no-contact shipping and no money down, 5 years to pay financing, plus an extra 10% off clearance. Get amazing deals on all of our mattresses like Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, and Purple. Shop our large showrooms where we've taken all the necessary steps to provide you a safe shopping experience. Shop in-store or online today during Steinhoffels Memorial Day sale.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Memorial Week sale going on now. Get top name brands for every room in your house at guaranteed lowest prices with custom sofas from $6.99 and always free delivery. Come join us at Portage Furniture for our Memorial Week sale.
We've been monitoring a press conference during this newscast where members of the FBI and Department of Justice are discussing the investigation into the killing of George Floyd, the man killed by Minneapolis police while in custody.
As we reported earlier in the show, riots and protests are underway in Minnesota after Floyd's death. Floyd, who could be seen on video with a police officer's knee on his neck for several minutes while he struggled to breathe. In the press conference this hour, officials are calling for patience, saying the FBI and DOJ are leading 2 different investigations that will take some time. They say they want to make sure they do it right.
The main question is, what are you going to do about the murder of George Floyd? Well, I've just described what we're going to do. We are going to investigate it as expeditiously, as thoroughly and completely as justice demands.
Now, officials say President Trump, as well as Attorney General William Barr, are directly and actively monitoring the investigation. We're also expecting a press conference from St. Paul Police in this hour about the protests happening in that city. And we'll be monitoring that press conference as well and bring you the very latest and any new updates as well at channel3000.com.
Let's head to Gary for a final check of the weather. Any more rain tonight, Gary?
Madison and areas eastward will see rain for a few more hours, but you can see it's pretty much ending north and west of the Wisconsin River. So expect the showers to be ending by mid to late evening. Temperatures right now in the 60s. Tomorrow will be back in the upper 60s, but it'll be drier. Also will be breezy and cool. And look for temperatures to remain cool for the weekend, but warm up again for much of next week.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Thanks for joining us. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is coming up next. Stay tuned.